So apparently things aren't always butterflies and rainbows inside the Minnesota Vikings organization behind closed doors. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, Kevin O'Connell, they love to paint this picture of being calm, of being perfect, of not stressing. But this latest video would indicate otherwise. This take is presented by Hoagland Farm. Contact Hoagland Farm at 952-491-1541 and get the best rotationally grazed 100% grass-fed beef. This beef is sold in quarters and halves, and they have custom sample packs so you can try before you buy. Get delicious steaks. And you know what? This meat, it's got no preservatives in it. It is 100% grass-fed, unlike things you buy at the grocery store. So contact Hoagland Farm at 952-491-1541 and get 20% off your first order by mentioning the Minnesota Tim podcast. Buy today and get great beef in your freezers. Okay, so back to the discussion that I presented. And I'm going to go no further than to share this video.
We're 0-2. We've lost by a combined 9 points. And we've lost the turnover battle 7-1. When we talk about it's all about the ball, it's got to fucking mean something to you. Everything inside you. That's just purely holding the organization in your hands and not caring enough. We've got the leadership in this room to fix it. And we're going to get this shit right. And we're going to start rolling like a freight train. You guys with me?
Yes, sir.
So this latest video comes from the Netflix series Wide Receiver or Receiver. Last year it was a quarterback series which featured Kirk Cousins and lots of other quarterbacks. And this year it's a receiver series featuring Justin Jefferson. And this is Kevin O'Connell after the Minnesota Vikings started 0-2. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. And not only did they lose those games, but they lost the turnover battle 7-1. And the Minnesota Vikings could not stop fumbling the football, if you remember that. And I remember coming on and reacting to those moments by the Minnesota Vikings. And I think I said something along the lines of, what are the coaches supposed to do? You know, a lot of people were blaming Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings organization for, not taking care of the football. And it's like, okay, you give a player the football, you hand the ball off to him, you throw the ball to him. What are the coaches supposed to say other than hang on to the frickin' football? Anyways, so Kevin O'Connell has passion. He's got passion. And, he goes to the press conference and he says, we're going to figure it out. We're going to be calm. We're going to work at it. But behind closed doors, the Minnesota Vikings brass is completely different. They like to put together this picture of being perfect at the podium. They like to put together this stereotype of always being calm underneath the pressure. But we see more than once Kevin O'Connell lighting a fire underneath the team's butt or an official's butt after a bad call on the sidelines where he's letting off F-bombs after F-bombs. And it's not always what it seems to be. And of course it's going to be this way. The Minnesota Vikings, when they enter the podium at a press conference, never believe a single thing that they say, especially Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and Kevin O'Connell. These guys never say anything. These guys are trained, and they never say anything to the media that should not be said. You ask them about a player that they're going to cut, like a Lewis Seen or an Andrew Booth Jr., and they're going to praise their butts at the podium, say, you know what, they're working hard, they're digesting the playbook, they're trying to make the team, they're immensely talented, they're working harder than anybody on the team to make this team and cement themselves as a rotational player in the NFL, and then a week later they're going to cut them. That's just what happens. That's just the picture that the Minnesota Vikings brass paints at press conferences and podiums. It's all complete garbage, which is a good thing. You do not want coaches and general managers going to the podium and disclosing everything to the media because, one, it pisses off the players. Two, other teams are watching these press conferences to try to get a feel for what's happening inside your organization. So it's a good thing. It's a boring thing. It makes you yawn over and over again. And it's not true 95% of the things that they say. I think the only thing that they've said that was accurate was things about Justin Jefferson. You know, Kirk Cousins, we intend to bring him back. Okay. Yeah, sure. As soon as they said that, I thought it was complete garbage, complete bullcrap. And then they talked about Justin Jefferson. And then Kwesi got a little passionate. His pitch went up a little bit because he cares a lot about having Justin Jefferson on his roster. And then a couple weeks later, they were asked about it again, and Kevin O'Connell was passionate too about bringing back Justin Jefferson. So that one thing was true about bringing him back, and I actually believed them. But other things, you know, a guy that hands out game balls after the game, just parading players around and giving them, 8 footballs, giving every single player a football, and then he bashes players for fumbling the football. And what is he supposed to do? I mean, he's not going to sit there and say, guys, let's try to hold on to the football next time. He's got to light a fire underneath their butt. That's what a good head coach does. A good head coach knows when to be angry, and a good head coach knows when to be calm and let the environment play out a little bit and then blow up at the team the following day if that's what needs to happen. So this all but confirms.
Huh?
So this confirms my take of Kevin O'Connell being a great head coach for the Minnesota Vikings, because we know he's a great play caller. He has a play here or there where it doesn't work, but who doesn't? And then he also has that calm presence, but he also lights a fire underneath the team's butt. So there's nothing to not like about Kevin O'Connell. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to contact Oakland Farm at 952-491-1541. Everyone, thank you for making this podcast a part of your day.